Support Pro Play Games on Patreon.
Hey guys, PPG coming to you with
George Machado.
what are we doing?
So we made top 8 at our large store regional. Large in quotations. There was a lot of people playing Dragon Ball Super during the weekend of June 19th through 20th. Happy Father's Day to all you out there. Relatively very good attendance. I played against very good players, Andrew Devon, Justin Rios. So despite the small 25-ish, 30-person attendance, there were still high-quality players and matchups that we had. So we're going to go over the deck profile nonetheless. This is my trusty Android 16 list. So let's go into the leader. This guy essentially allows you to cheat the game's mechanics because it allows you to play Android 16s, multicolor Android 16s, unrested instead of in rest mode. So your energy, you have access to dual color energy much immediately when you play your lands. So that's very powerful. Second part is also very important. The choose one blue or green android from your hand when he attacks, discard it to draw 2. That lets you filter, dig, find what you need. Super powerful. And then his awaken, you can awaken when there's 5 energy between both you and your opponent. Take life all the way down to 5, so it's good against victory strike and stuff like that because you can like kind of self-ping yourself. Or you can just awaken at 4 or less. It's an untap 1, draw 1. And then on the backside, it does not draw RIP, but we do play a lot of unisons that let us draw and kind of make up the draw per turn that you would normally get on the Android swing. But I guess arguably his effect is better than a draw 1 because it lets you free 10k once per battle on each turn. So you get a free 10k combo on your turn, free 10k combo on your opponent's turn, as long as you have the multicolor Android in your drop area. And it lets you arrival from energy, so you don't have to keep your arrival pieces in hand. Very useful, just like I said, just a great leader. If it had that draw 1 on the backside, it'd be borderline broken, but it's extremely fair the way that this guy operates. So that's pretty much it for the leader. Now for the main deck, and like I said, I'm not going to go too in depth on some of these, like why I played it and why the ratio. If you guys want an in-depth analysis and deck discussion into this and you really want to play this competitively and do well at tournaments, I definitely advise checking out the PPG DBS Patreon. We have a lot of great content on there from some of the best players in the game. I'm probably the worst one on the roster, so for me to top with this, I mean, like, you can imagine what type of content's on there. So Android 18 speedy substitution, it's just a searcher. We actually upped this from the last time. Helps you just hit your turn 2, ideal turn 2 play. And you can swap out energy, which didn't come up at all, but it's also an Android name, Mono Blue Energy. Dimension Magic, best negate in the game. RIP, I can't find my 4th judge one. Who took it? Reveal yourself. For Senzu Bean, this is just an amazing card, especially when you pair it with Arrival, because your energy just goes twice the distance. Android 16 energy amplification. Of course, you have to have the winter promos. Unfortunately, I don't have 4, but we were able to get these for topping, and it's just this is your turn to play always. Like, this is how this deck operates. You want to see that turn 2 so you can win the game, because now you're playing a turn ahead of your opponent, and that's always nice. 4 of the super combo, Android 18 Bionic Blitz. There's not really a question as to which one you play in this deck, simply because you can turn on a rival early with this, and it's active at any life, I believe. Triple Heroic Prospect, very good, obviously when paired with a Unison. Then we play for the 21s, I believe this is our lineup. We have 2 Bad Omens, 2 a Destructive Villain, and 1 of the Beautiful Scientist. I believe we only trimmed 1 from this Android 21 lineup. We trimmed the Beautiful Scientist because that's the most underwhelming one, pretty much. We played 3 of the God Sealing Technique because obviously that's a God card when paired with like the Unison. It's just a very good card. Obviously, I think it's the best free play negate in the game right now. And then for the Android 16 package, these are all the same. This is just a winter promo. These are regular ones. This guy's very good. This is a new addition from the deck from last time. This is a new card that I got in set 13. Well, I got like 2 new cards technically for set 13. We'll go over the other one. The other one's a Unison, but this one allows you to either pop mid combat 4 or less, or you can search for the 2-drop, the 2-drop that you need to see early. If you need the 2-drop, then this guy searches it. So early game, you would have to do that play where you obviously combo without being on the backside, search the 2-drop. So on turn 2 you had it, or you can be removal spell. But he's 1 energy to rival, which is why he's very powerful. Android 16 steadfast combat. I mean, this guy's a staple. This guy, I mean, he's got 3 keywords: dual attack, blocker, revenge. I mean, if that's not good enough, he comes into play and makes your opponent discard a card. Pretty damn good. Then the steadfast ally. This guy actually came up a lot more than before. He gets much better in longer matchups. In shorter matchups, he's not as great, but in longer matchups, he goes the distance because he does everything. Makes your opponent discard 1. You have a 25k double strike pressure, and it essentially searches and plays any type of utility that you need. You need a bad omen, you need a board wipe, you need a blocker ramper. This pretty much fulfills anything that you need. We also played one of the Android 17 and 18, which should have been 2. This was the card that actually helped us draw against Justin Rios. Game 1 we got slaughtered. Game 2 I'm sided in the second copy of this, and this just destroys that matchup because it has deflect, so they can't they can't freeze a counterplay you, they can't counterplay anything, and then this kind of rips any of their actual combo pieces or super combos out of their hand. And it attacks twice. It's just, this card is just ridiculous. Obviously it's a turn 8 play, but in this deck it's ideally a turn 6, because if you revolve double ramp, then boom. Then for the unisons, this was the brand new inclusion into the deck from set 13, and the deck didn't have this before, and it just made it better because now turn 2 you ramp, turn 3 you play this. And this guy is a blocker. He has offensive pressure with double strike, and he untaps himself, so he actually gets to do everything, and he draws you a card on top of that, and untaps you an energy. So this guy does everything for you, and he's a 20k body, so your opponent really has to combo up to get rid of him. Very good. And then the unison that we were playing before, Raditz Giant Force, we're still playing 3 and 3 just because we want to see one of these on turn 3. This on turn 3 if we ramp, this on turn 3 if we don't ramp. So we always have a unison on 3, and then if we awaken on 3, we get the 1 energy, which is cool. Baby Hatch, best secret rare in the game, of course, no explanation needed. Secret Identity Mass Saiyan. This was our, actually, this is in the sideboard, sorry. I was just like, wait. Food Shroud and Mystery was the last card. And yes, I know, you can't play this card. Shout out to Andrew Duvall. This is actually supposed to be the triple attacking Fu. So the only time that this was relevant is when I charged it against Justin Rios game 1 off the top with a 2-drop ramping android, and that lost me the game. So this card, not only did it not get played, but it also just lost me a game for being black, essentially. So yeah, there's that. That's the whole main deck. I'm going to go over the side deck really quick, but I'm not going to explain too much. This was in the sideboard. This is supposed to be the swap out for the... So this is supposed to be the 8-drop Fu. So in matchups, in aggro matchups, the 8-drop Fu is obviously terrible, so you sided out for this. But yeah, that's why I was confused on that. This is the second copy of this. This against decks that have weenies, double Booney, double Gotenks, double Dabura, double Meki Kabura, double Gotenks, sweet against those green decks, and Baby Golden Avenger. That's pretty much it, guys, for the deck. Like I said, this is the free version, so I know I didn't go super in-depth on some of the things, but hopefully if you're new to Dragon Ball Super coming back, that gave you a lot of insight as to what the deck does. If you guys want to see more, like I said, definitely check out the Patreon. You'll also be able to see some live action battles between me and my good friend Andrew Duvall on there. We play a lot of matches together, and he's one of the best in the game. That's the only reason why I'm kind of like not the worst, but not the best. So shout out to him. Thank you guys again for watching. Until next time.